All right, today we arrived back at Emeka Anyaoku Boulevard, the road that leads to the new government house in Awka, and we made some discoveries. Well, going by my experience in the, visiting places, I wouldn't have made this video because last time I came here, I felt so bad, after I interviewed the person that was in charge of the beautification and, planting of grasses. The person, the kind of assurance he gave, about that job. And, it's as if immediately I left that they all packed their equipment and disappear. That is judging from what I saw after I visited later. So this time around, I say I'm not going to make any video once I see things like this. Let me allow them to do their job and finish it before I will publicize it. So, but at the point, I said, okay, it's something good. Let's keep doing what we are doing. So I had to, take some clip of the area, to also notify the public that they have started cleaning up the place. You can see how clean and neat this upper side is. The thing they are doing it going down towards Ekweme. I bet you this is the first time this drainage is being cleaned up since after construction. I've usually said this thing severally on my videos. Why should contractors hand over projects that the drainages are not cleaned up for the first time after the crumbs of earth have find their way inside the gutters during their construction? Why would government accept such project, not cleaning the drainages after construction, and they will hand it over to the government like that? I don't think it's right though. These contractors must clean the drainages after construction at least. Why handing over the project to the government? Then anything that happens after is the responsibility of whoever the law says is responsible. Now, I had to take note of this. You see, though they are yet to clean and come down here, but okay, already they have cleaned this place. You see, what I'm saying is that, you see, these places that water used to pass is becoming blocked. A lot of sands and things, grasses are blocking them. So as they are cleaning the drainages, they should also remember to keep the sidewalk sand free. It have to be sand free and not allowing sand to block those entry points where water are supposed to enter from the third road. Maybe if you are not getting the video very well, I'll picture it very well in a way that everybody will see it and understand what I'm saying. And I'm not be surprised if some people will see this video and say, now government is cleaning the road, he has looked for another thing he will talk about. These are enemies of Anambra State. I tell you with all full assurance, because the thing that was being discovered, is it right or wrong? That is the question we should be asking ourselves, and not, whether now the government don't clean the road, he has found another thing to talk about. Nonsense. Well, otu onye si debe n'uti ya ọ larụ na ya, onwere ife ka ahụ erijuru n'afọ etu isi dewute gị larụ, and onye gbaka uti ya na ọ larụ na anị nkịtị ọ bara uru. So that is it. And I remember that day I visited, I saw those guys clearing this place. The way the guy presented it, as if by now all these places will be filled up with green grasses. But like I said, it's like immediately I leave after that interview, because I interviewed him. I spoke with him one-on-one. It's like immediately I left, he told those boys to pack everything, let's go. That's what I think that happened. So, but the level of what we are seeing on ground, shows us what actually happened that time. So, no cause for alarm anyway. We are still moving down towards that Ekweme side. These places are yet to be cleaned up. Though the drainage here has a very good gradient, that's the slope. So this place doesn't actually allow anything to remain on the drainage. Things that are very soft like sand or this laterite, it can easily be washed off, unlike some other places. You see, if we leave these things like this, in the next 1 month you see grasses growing inside the drainages, like what we saw beside the government house axis. Maybe I will show a clip of that. That is how it goes bad gradually. Gradually. So, and there's this thing I discovered. Look at this. You see, when I say sand have started blocking some of these outlets that is meant for, rainwater to drip inside the drainage. Imagine. So we need to get those things cleaned up always if they must be there. Actually, I was against having gutters in between walkways. See, sometimes I used to say these things. Let's do small research, or let's not just rush into things because we want to deliver a project. Let's do some little research so we avoid, visiting such places in the nearest future. These gutters, they are not cleaned up. Those gutters in between walkways, go and check everywhere you see that thing done. Unizik, temporary site road, this one, anywhere you see them, they are usually blocked now as I'm talking to you. Sand, everything will be there covering them. Well, I myself, I'm doing the one I know I can do, and yours is to watch and bring your own suggestion. And also, don't forget to share this video, share it so that others can watch. And before I forget, you can see this lady sweeping the road. Where do you think that the sand end up? The sand she's sweeping out of the road, where do you think that it ends up? It either ends up inside the drainage or by the roadside there. And at a point, it will start accumulating and forming heaps of sand. People that are not serious, if they are solving one problem, they are creating another one. Okay, that is why by now we are supposed to have mechanized this sweeping of road. We have a very special condition in our environment. The condition is the influx of sand anyhow on our road. So by the time you sweep them manually, they will still be found around that place because nowhere they have been packed off the road. So, but if these sweeping machines have been put in use, you will see that after the machine must have packed everything inside the truck, they will go and deposit it anywhere around, even if it's a place where little erosion is happening, they will just go and dump it there. That is how I feel it works. And also, you see why I said that these guys are supposed to clean the drainages before they leave the sites, because the government might want to do some little landscaping by planting grasses around. So now, if these grasses must have grown very well, is it how they are going to dump sand on top of them? Or let's say subsequently, when we want to desilt, so they now desilt on top of walkway or we are on top of road. Kai, oh wow, while I did for Africa. Well, when we are serious, we'll still go back to underground drainages. and plan our cities very well the way it functions. Yes, when we are serious, we start with having a clean environment, tarring our roads and making our roads the proper way it should be. That is the way I feel it will work. And also, you can see beside this government house here, the same thing is happening. This one also, they did not clean it for the first time. Even when this road was handed over, they did not clean it. The contractor did not clean it. So you can see grasses are already overgrown inside the drainages because a lot of red heads are already inside the drainages. So it's easier and a good breeding ground for grasses. You see?